And Katie, normally during halftime, what you do, you go to the locker room, you listen to the coach talk. Not the case tonight, because at halftime, everyone's staying on the court. We got the finals of the slam dunk contest and the three-point shootout. Eric, last night were the preliminaries, and a future Cardinal, Darius Perry, brought the house down.
Yeah, you know halftime's the main event. Darius Perry is always a great event with this, the night of future stars, the night before the game. This year it was played at Indiana University Southeast, but it was more of a high school gym. He was able to throw off the back wall. He can't do that in Freedom Hall tonight. A little bit bigger setting, a little bit more pressure, because everybody always remembers the dunk contest winner, even if they don't remember who won the game.
Now, hold on a second. They're also going to remember the three-point shootout, and last night it was a future Kentucky Wildcat that stole the show. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a total of 19 points.
Yeah, and you know what I say in an all-star game, the first half is just warm up for the three-point contest at halftime. You just want to get up as many as you can, so should have a good event tonight.
Should be a lot of fun. Tom, that's coming up at halftime. For now, back to you guys.
All right, gentlemen, we look forward to that. Let's take you through
halftime here at Freedom Hall. The Thunder trailing the Lightning at the break 58-55. The players are in the locker room, but they're about to come right back out here for the three-point shootout and the dunk competition. Joined here by Eric Crawford now. And Eric, 4 players from last night qualifying. The 4 players that qualified to get here: Lendell Wigington, Tyshawn Alexander, Paul Scruggs, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Kentucky. Of those 4, as we take a look at them now, who is your favorite to win this?
Well, just from the game that we've watched so far, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is having a great first half. He hasn't shot a lot of threes, but he's been really smooth. He's done a great job with the ball, very under control. So you got to like him the way he's played, the way he's going into this thing.
Here are the rules, very simple. 1 minute, you go until the music stops. Any ties will result in the 30-second playoffs. Each rack will have 1 money ball worth 2 points. So all the other racks with balls will be worth 1 point. Now, the big difference between this three-point shootout and the NBA three-point shootout, there are only 3 racks as opposed to 5. The racks will be in the corners and at the top of the key. Last night we saw Shai Gilgeous-Alexander score 19 points in this competition. That, ironically, how many he has in this game tonight.
Yeah, you know, I can't tell you. He's for an all-star game to play with the level of under control nature that he's had. Been really impressed with him in the game, but now it changes. It's all about getting your shot up and getting into a rhythm, and that's what these guys are going to have a chance to do.
And here is our first contestant tonight, 6'2" guard from Oak Hill Academy. He is headed to Iowa State. Lendell Wigington. He hopes to become the first player from Nova Scotia to ever make it to the NBA. He is on the clock, and he is underway.
A little short of the first one. That always concerns you because you want to find the range pretty quick.
He went 0 for 4 in his first rack, and you get the sense he's going to have to get going, though he does now have 2 in a row.
And clearly that's more his spot, although you see a lot of guys that love that corner 3 now because so many offenses are tailored toward it.
Still stuck on 2 points. Lendell Wigington, as I mentioned before, hoping to become the first Nova Scotian to make the NBA. His father was a custodian. His mother worked at a nursing home. He said growing up, money was tight, and he learned the value of hard work from those 2.
Digging deep, man. I like it. That's pretty good. But he's struggling here from 3, and he needs to. You get a couple in a row, you can kind of get it going. But now he's got. If he gets a money ball, he can get back into this here. You can tell the body language sometimes is not great with these guys. They just don't feel it.
He's down to 3 seconds. He's got 8. And that will count at the buzzer. That last money ball will not. So 9 points for Lendell Wigington, not as high as his first round score of 12. You got to be somewhat disappointed with that.
Yeah, I think so. You know, you look at a guy. It's just, like I say, it's so much a rhythm thing when you get out into this situation. And it seems like you get a few in a row and you get that muscle memory, and it works a lot better for you.
This is Tyshawn Alexander, his Oak Hill teammate, 6'4", shooting guard, headed to Creighton. Now this guy can shoot the 3. In 1 game last year, had 13 threes in a 50-point effort.
Yeah, a little bit unorthodox shooting style, though. He flicks the wrist nice, and he's got a good, it's coming right off of his head there, but still a little bit of a weird twist to his wrist when he shoots it if you watch.
I think the one thing everybody learned last night from the competition was that, yeah, it's 60 seconds. It's not that much time, but you still don't have to rush your shot. You can still find your form and your rhythm.
Yeah, but with three racks, you're moving a little bit more between racks than you otherwise would. It's not just a couple of steps. But I'll tell you what, friendly rims here at Freedom Hall, there always were. This always was a shooter's gym back when it was used for college basketball.
He's at 4 now. He's really going to have to get going if he wants to get that 9. This is a big money ball. That gets him at 7. 9 right now is the score to beat. We're only taking one winner.
Not tough marks to beat for these last 2 guys coming up, I'll tell you that.
Just barely missed out on 9. He ends up with 8. So as it stands right now, his Oak Hill teammate Lendell Wigington still in first place with 9, but this next competitor in Paul Scruggs might have something to say about that.
Yeah, Paul Scruggs is an impressive athlete, has looked really good in the first half.
As we take a look
We're looking at some replay here.
Tyshawn Alexander. And here is again Paul Scruggs, 6'4" point guard from Prolific Prep. Grew up not too far from here in Southport, Indiana. Transferred to Prolific Prep right before his senior year, not without controversy. Left school just 55 points shy of the career all-time mark.
Yeah, and these Indiana kids, they all grow up shooting the ball, but again, another one struggling. And it's interesting, you get guys in an arena like this for the first time. There's a little bit different backdrop. They're looking at a few empty seats in the upper deck there. It changes things a lot, and you can tell they're struggling a little bit. All of them have with this.
He's got 3 right now at about the midway point. It's a big money ball, and it gets it to go down. I think the other thing we're not considering right now, Eric, is the fact that they did just play a half a basketball.
Yeah, they're young. They don't care about that. This is, like I said, that half is just to get ready for this.
He's got 10 seconds left. All he needs to do is make one more to be the front runner and the leader at the moment. He's going to get the hurry, though. Just 2 seconds, this to go ahead. And we've got a tie right now. That last one I don't think will count. No good. So as it stands right now, Paul Scruggs and Lendell Wigington each tied with 9. But here comes Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he was the big winner from last night.
I'm calling it. I say that Shai Gilgeous is the winner after this. What do you think? That's my prediction.
I don't think you're going out on a limb there.
No, don't have to. He's also got the crowd with him, which is also good. The Louisville fans won't like him, but he's got some Kentucky fans in the crowd that are going to support him.
He's headed to Kentucky next year.
He's kind of smiling because it's a lot of boos if you can't hear him.
Hamilton Heights Christian Academy. Shot 38% from downtown. Said he was not affected by the boos that he heard last night. He said he took it in stride and is just really enjoying it.
One of the things is just to go slow. You feel like the need to go fast, but what he's done is slow down up here on top, and that's when you start to string a few together in a row.
9 is the score to beat. He's already got 5, and he's at a 35-second mark.
Yeah, just slow and easy and under control. And I'll tell you, that's his game. He's not as quick as some of these Kentucky point guards we've seen in the past, but I really was impressed with his game, with his court presence, and he's got a lot of talent around him.
That tied him at 9. One more gives him the win, and there it is. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 10, and he's still going. Make that 11.
It's a Kentucky Derby Festival, and he's secretariat in the Belmont. He's stretching it out.
He's breaking away from the pack right now. That'll probably be his final shot. The score wasn't as good as last night's 19, but 13, and he will take it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the winner of the three-point shootout here at the Kentucky Derby Festival Basketball Classic.
Did what he had to do, and it wasn't a high mark he had to beat, but he was the best last night, best again tonight. He was the best in the first half for his team.
I think John Calipari will be happy with his threes next year. We got the slam dunk competition coming up next. This is the Kentucky Derby Festival Basketball Classic.